So now we will see our next set of interview questions. So which is basically asked in the interview room when you go. So it's basically like a common question they are asking to check your knowledge, how you are aware of this or the features of Java 8 or not. This is the what simple question, but it's still a bit a tricky one for this one. So you have to whenever try to give answers of any of the question in the interview, you have to think in a way like you try to explain in the logical way, like try to take it through the examples, so it will be quite easy for you. But if you give too much of theory, then interpreter is not convinced with that. Try to so that give them with examples so that he will get convinced, like yeah, you have some practical knowledge on that. Because theory knowledge, I have taken a lot of interview and I have seen like people is giving theory of knowledge and just going through the books or lectures and just taking out one common piece of line and replying to that in the interview room. But if you try to give the answer from the practical, you like try to explain, give the example of one or two intermediate operation, try to explain those intermediate operations, so interviewer is so much convinced with that type of answer. Okay, try to think in that way. Okay, let's we will see what are the intermediate operation in Java 8. So we can tell that intermediate operation as those operations which result in another stream to process further. And you can also tell in the way like whatever the operations comes in between the starting of a stream and the end of the string, that operation we can call as an intermediate operation. Okay, so we can have it is written like this way: Java string intermediate operation return another string which allow you to call multiple operation in the form of query. Okay, so it is the same written here. It's like which process the stream element and which directly transfer into another stream element. So and we can call him as a all the intermediate operation as lazy, because it is all the intermediate operation does not get executed till you call the any terminal operation, right? Suppose if you are having array of list and if you want to take all the distinct name from that list, so that filter operation will not call till you try to collect those values. And so in the terminal operation we try to add like dot collect to a set or collect to a list. So this is the thing, like it's called as a lazy operation. Okay, that's why we call him as a lazy. And most of the intermediate operation are mostly lambda function. You know about the lambda function operation applied as per the definition order. Any number of operation can be changed, so in this we can perform any number of operation which we want. Okay, so we will see now the some of the commonly used intermediate operation. So we can you can tell to the interviewer like we are having this few example. You can tell him like filter, map, and you can tell him like distinct, limit, seek, peak, sorted, and you can explain any of the two or three, so it will be quite convincing for them. So you cannot take a filter operation. Suppose if you take a list of string and one second, yeah, if you take a list of a string and if you try to filter, like I want that all the values should be greater than 3, so this filter what will do, this will filter out all the value greater than 3. But this filter will not be executed till we add some of the terminal operation. So here count is a terminal operation. So when we add dot count, so this list whatever the filter operation we got and the count of the things is written and we return the count. So in the same way we have the map function. You are aware of this map is because we are commonly use this one. Okay, and we are having a distinct function, so it will return a distinct value from this list. And we are having the limit as the next operation. So in this we limit the stream size to max size. And we are having a skip. In skip we try to, suppose if we are having 1 2 3 4 5 and if we try to skip first two elements, so we can go for the skip one. And peak, so in this peak we will discuss like, okay, in peak operation we mainly see like it is basically used for debugging purpose. So we can see like what our values are getting filtered it, or like here in this example we have like stream of, and we are trying to filter e dot length greater than 3. So whatever the element whose length is greater than 3, so dot pick is applied, like we can check like here we can print it out value length, and we can check it like what our filters has been modified, and after that we can call dot map operation. Okay, and we are trying to do it to the uppercase. Okay, so basically what we are doing in here, so in peak whatever the condition has been applied, and after that if we want to see the result like is the filter has been applied successfully or not, if map has been applied to uppercase successfully or not, so at that time we can check the result and we can finally collect the result. So it's basically used for debugging purpose. Okay, and we have next of sorted, so we sort to that whatever the element presented there. Okay, so this all things, anything if you uh, tell to the interviewer like any two or three, if you can explain with through example, so interviewer will get convinced more from the answer, not by giving them more so theory lectures. Okay, so we have the next of the flat map. So flat map is also an intermediate operation, because in flat map we can consider it like we are having a list of a stream, list of string. So suppose if you are here, you can see we have having a list of integer. Okay, so we are having a list of integer arrays dot as list. So we are having prime number, odd number, even number. So it will return another list of integer, and we can perform some operation on that one. So that operation we call, because flat map also produces another stream, and from that stream we can process another operation. So that's why flat map is also an intermediate operation. Okay, let's see about the terminal operation. Okay, terminal operation in Java 8. So these are basically like the uh, operations which kickstarts the application. So like whenever you are opening a stream, okay, suppose we have a stream of, and if we try to do some observation filter operation, so this we call as intermediate operation that we have already seen. And when we apply the count, then this filter operation is getting applied. Got it? So what happened now? So it's suppose if you're having stream off, and if you try to apply filter operation, so nothing is happening into this string till now. Okay, when we apply the count dot count, then this operation start getting, intermediate operation start getting executed, and you try to get the result, and we get the desired output. So we can tell him that we have no like intermediate operation are lazy, so it will never call if there is no terminal operation in this our stream queries. Okay, and used to collect to process the stream data. Okay, so let's see some of the examples of the terminal operation which is commonly used. So we are having the, okay, so we are having the collect method. So whenever we are doing some of the take an array list, and we try to do a string, and we try to collect those string, so this collect is a terminal operation. So like we have a array of list, and we filter that whatever the elements it should start with t, we want that t element to be collected to the list, and we collect. So this is a collect operation. And we are again having the reduce method. It's reduce the element of a stream into single element having a certain value after computation. Okay, so what we have a array of list, and we have reduce method. So whenever we pass two value, first element, second element, and it try to compare with the first element with the second element. So if here we have added a condition, if word 1 dot length greater than word 2 dot length, so we will return word 1. So first we will try to welcome with 2. So since welcome is greater, so we consider this one. Again he will consider now from welcome to technology, if technology greater he will take technology, and again he will try to check with the mall, and then again he will try to compare with the technology mall. So, and whatever the single output you will get, like if technology mall is the largest element present in this array, so this return, actually this return an optional, so we have to check if it is present, then print it out. Okay, this is the reduce functions of a reduce operation in a Java 8 stream. So we'll check the next one. So we have a search query. So in search we can have do any type of search in a stream. So we have any match, non-match, all match. This all called the short circuit operation, and which takes a particular as the input for the match condition. Stream processing will be stopped as when the result can be determined. And we are having the few of the terminal operation as for each and for each order. So you were aware of this one, I think. So these things we can tell to the interviewer. So if you explain him like this way, like giving example of any or two threes in terminal operation, so he will get impressed from the answers, and the chance of getting selected in the interview is quite good. So thank you. Just try to give the answer in this way.